and there are foes that will be ready to oppose his foreseeable acts with a great preparedness. It is not possible to know all there is to know. Michael will lose, and in losing, he will resent time even more, as he will perceive himself as being pegged and punished with defeat, thus further hastening his decline in life, and in trying to force a conclusively satiable outcome, he will further divide himself. He will fall. Michael knows this. And with this, Michael sees where he is once again. He is right where another is taking aim at him to destroy him. His life's course was once altered, stripping him of all balance and stability in life. He found some balance in time. Time that is in forever. His findings in forever gave him, and still continue to give him, the balanced perspective needed in life. Balance. He has found it, and in this balance, Michael stays by and watches. He sees now that at any point in his life, this world will take a hold of him and clutch on, and that in time, he is definitely not untouchable. He can also see now that they will never stop. These intruders, they continue to shake their spears and mercilessly pierce their victims' flesh. Victims that intruders view as their enemies. They will never stop. Michael knows he is no master of another. And now, peace is upon Michael. Peace is with Michael. And being surrounded by death, he knows exactly where he is in life. He is in the here and now. And it is here where he presently and sustainably has no regrets. Being here and having no regrets, Michael's mind instantaneously grabs a hold of him and his senses, and in doing so, it causes him to perceive and be aware of the realities that had previously dawned upon him at the end. Michael remembers that there was no strife that was endured upon that step. It was a step that he took. He was there. He now knows that from this day forth, because of the contentment within that experience, his mind does not bear or feel any discomfort or regret. In the here and now, this contentment has given him vigor and security within himself. He sees what is occurring and unfolding now. Now in the end, his mind has been to both. He has lived through both. This has therefore given him the familiarity and intimacy with this duality to expand and exist within both. Michael can acknowledge anything that may come, with both now and the end within his perspective. Michael has both within sight. He exists in contemplation of both spaces. This manner of existence expands his familiarity and intimacy even more so. Both places offer Michael favor and comfort. His mind is comfortably in touch with both places at all times, drawing upon one or the other to bring about restfulness and poise within himself, wherever he may be in life, within a body which at this very moment is here and now and the end. Both are a part of time. In his treading through time, Michael understands both here and the end are a part of him. The intruders, too, are in the here and now. Michael can see that. They are with him. They have come to him with a will of their own, a will of contention, and they have many deeds planned forth in their preparedness, deeds that Michael shall not want, and so he will not participate in their deeds. He will not betray this gift he has, for all that has arisen and befallen. He will go on to watching and listening. And so Michael continues to make strides towards Adam. Michael almost makes it to Adam. And now, this is where Michael himself is cut down by a bullet. Michael feels his pierced flesh. There is great pain. Michael then looks in the direction of which he feels the infliction came from. He realizes that it is the same intruder that he had within his sights earlier. This intruder fired off at Michael to ensure his team's tactical superiority. Michael falls. This might indeed be his end. But he agonizingly looks towards Adam's predicament. The anger of wounded intruders continually plummets upon a devastatingly wounded Adam. The intruders gradually gain the upper hand over the fray. Michael continues to watch as the intruders continue to stalk their prey. Michael can see that they take great pleasure in this endeavor, this situation, their acts within it. It all seems therapeutic to them. Being engaged in the fray, it seems to have a restorative and remedial effect on their minds' welfare. Michael can hear it in the inflection and resonance of their shouts that bellow. Michael can see it in the jubilant grins that beam across each and every one of their demeanors. Their stalking of prey leads to a miserable drubbing and capturing of victims. One by one, the preys are corralled. The intruders begin to secure the area. Michael's wounds keep him grounded. Michael begins to make it to his feet for one last stand. But one intruder ensures that Michael can do no harm by kicking Michael back down to the ground, and then aiming his gun downward at Michael. Indeed, Michael is not untouchable. This world has taken a hold of him once more and is clutching on. The spear has pierced his flesh. Michael has no regrets. The assault is all but complete. Many victims are made to kneel. Out of the kneeling masses of captives emerges the second. He takes his place alongside the intruders, his comrades, who are in front of an idle and battered Adam. The second then looks at the faces of confusion before him. He locates the first and the third. Each of them were pulled out of their kneeling places and dragged along where they were finally put at the feet of the second. Right next to Adam, Michael lays on his side. He watches and listens as this vicious cycle churns. The second takes a moment to bask in the success of his plan's fruition. Then he remembers why he is where he is. It is because of his will to dominate. He must secure his standing in this world. A woman among the captives screams. "Murderer!" Screams the woman. The second is utterly flabbergasted by the truth. "Why can't anyone see what I'm doing here? These three, they are not decent men. They are the real murderers! The second says. There's a great sense of desperation in the second's voice. Can't anyone see the warnings? They are surrounding us all, slowly tightening the grips. I've spent my whole life trying to guide you all. I've tried educating you all, to warn you all. But they have complete control over the entire voting process. And no one dares to do what's right. I can't win this election. I can't be the leader everyone needs me to be. I'm done with being the nice guy. Now I have to destroy them once and for all. Shouts the second. His glare turns from the crowd towards his three captives. Most of his anger is directed toward Adam, the candidate who is favored to take office. This is the only way! All they've done is bring us pain and abuse their power. We will brutalize you and those in power until you stop. You think you are the light, but you are not. You are the darkness. You are evil. We will never stop. When will you get it? We don't need you. And we sure as hell don't want you, says the second. Michael knows Adam. Michael knows the divided. Michael fathoms that the intruders do not know what he knows. That is why he and others are currently held captive. Michael also understands that he is not familiar with the second's mind. Michael continues to watch. The second pauses for a moment. This is the only way. The second says, repeats with a shallow breath. Michael sees doubt in the second's stance. I have to kill you, or you're going to continue to destroy more lives, says the second. The second seemingly consumes his mind's doubt in the moment, fighting it off almost. He came here prepared to do something. He holds on to his goal. He is steadfast in his ambition. He walks authoritatively towards Adam, killing weapon in hand, and looks Adam in the eye. Adam, who at this point is being forced into a kneeling position by one of the intruders, looks to the ground, and in doing so, he drops his head in resignation. He is unsure of this moment. He is full of doubt. He stares blankly at the ground. He begins to tremble with disquiet and fear. His eyes close.